Good afternoon, sir. Could you please state your name and provide your date of birth?
Richard Guerrero.
Thank you, Mr. Guerrero. Mr. Guerrero, you are here on a Superior Court new case and on 2 failure to appear warrants. In your new case, sir, I find probable cause for the allegation of 1 count of burglary in the 3rd degree, which is a Class 4 felony. I've appointed you an attorney. You have a status conference August 5th, 8:31 a.m., preliminary hearing August 8th, 8:31 a.m. at the downtown Phoenix Superior Courthouse. Mr. Guerrero, you were on felony release at the time you arrested on this new felony. By law, that means you are non-bondable at this time. So you will have an evidentiary hearing August 6th at 1:30 p.m. The judge at that time will determine whether you are bondable and what your bond and release conditions will be. Then, Mr. Guerrero, regarding your 2 failure to appear warrants, you have a disposition hearing August 5th at 8:31 a.m. Also, the one scheduled for a status conference August 5th, 8:31 a.m. They'll determine then how to handle that. Bond, I am affirming an amount of $2,500 in each of these 2 cases. Total bond is $5,000. However, do not pay the bond at this time. Even if you were to pay the bond, you would not be released because you're non-bondable in your new case. And by not paying the bond in these cases, that means the time you spend in custody right now will count towards time served. Mr. Guerrero, do you have any questions? All right. Thank you, sir. All right. Curtis Brown and then Jody Pavlowski is on deck.
Curtis, come here.
I'm light here.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm getting the vertical.
Do you want to have
cool.
a seat?
No, I want to get out the way.
Okay. We'll try to go as quickly as possible. Good afternoon, sir. Could you please state your name and provide your date of birth?
Eugene Brown.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown, you're here on a Superior Court new case. I find probable cause for the allegations: 1 count of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, which is a Class 4 felony; 1 count of possession or use of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony; 1 count of carrying a deadly weapon, failure to admit the same, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I've appointed you an attorney. You have a status conference August 5th, 8:31 a.m., preliminary hearing August 8th, 8:31 a.m. That will be at the downtown Phoenix Superior Courthouse. Mr. Brown, the County Attorney's Office has requested a $25,000 bond. I am setting a $25,000 bond in order to protect the safety of the community. It is secured appearance, meaning you can pay that directly or work with a bail bonding company. They generally require 10% plus collateral. 10% of a $25,000 bond would be $2,500. So if you pay your bond, you'll be released. You're then promising to go to court on all of your court dates, comply with pretrial services supervision, and comply with the standard conditions and restrictions of release, plus you're not to possess any weapons. Mr. Brown, do you have any questions?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate the bond.
Thank you, Mr. Brown.
I was nervous. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Jody Pavlowski and then Fernando Roca will be on deck. Good afternoon, ma'am. Could you
I'm
please
hard of hearing.
Oh, okay.
She's on the list.
Yeah. One moment, we'll get you the earphones.
Thank you.
I'll be back. Hey, Nick? Yeah, I just, yeah.
Ma'am, can you hear me better now?
Yes, they're on there.
Okay. All right. Good afternoon, ma'am. Could you please state your name and provide your date of birth?
Jody Ann Plosky.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Pulaski. Ma'am, you're here on a Superior Court new case. I find probable cause for the allegations of 1 count of aggravated DUI, because this is at least your 3rd DUI, a Class 4 felony. 1 count of DUI based on liquor, drugs, vapor combo, a Class 1 misdemeanor. 1 count of DUI at the BAC of .08 or more. 1 count of extreme DUI at the BAC of .15 to .20. 1 count of extreme DUI, BAC of .20 or more. 1 count of possession of an open container of liquor in a vehicle. All of those are Class 1 misdemeanors. The open container is a Class 2 misdemeanor. So I've appointed you an attorney. You have a status conference August 5th, 8:31 a.m. You have a preliminary hearing August 8th, 8:31. That is at the downtown Phoenix Superior Courthouse. Ms. Pelosi, I am setting a $50,000 secured appearance bond in your case. Secured appearance means you can pay that directly or or work with a bail bonding company. They generally require 10% plus collateral. 10% of $50,000 would be $5,000. So if you pay your bond, you will be released. You're then promising to go to court on all of your court dates. You're also promising to comply with pretrial services supervision, and beginning on your first court date, you will start drug and alcohol testing and monitoring. You also must comply with the standard conditions and restrictions of release. In addition, you're not to possess any weapons, and you are not to possess or consume any alcohol. You also must submit to 10-print fingerprinting at the arresting police department. Ms. Poloski, do you have any questions?
So, I guess all I want to do is not drink anymore.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, Ms. Poloski, I believe you. I believe that you don't want to anymore. I know other people who have struggled with alcoholism, and I don't know if that is the struggle that you have, but the issue is that, multiple DUIs, anytime you get behind the wheel after drinking, you're creating an extremely dangerous situation for the public. You have an ongoing case. An attorney just filed a notice of appearance that I believe you hired in your other case, and then this event still happened. And so even knowing that you've got an ongoing case, it still occurred. The state constitution requires me to set a bond based on a number of factors, one of which is the safety of the community. So that's why I have set that bond at $50,000. But I sincerely wish you the very best of luck with achieving sobriety and maintaining that sobriety. I know it's very hard to do, but I also know that a lot of people are able to do it. So I wish you the best with that. Do you have any questions, ma'am?
So I have to pay $50,000 right now?
In order to be released, correct. Another judge can modify that, but at this time, in order to be released, you have to pay $50,000.
Didn't you say that it was like 10% or something?
Well, that's if you work with a bail bonding company, and there will be phones available to you. You can contact friends or family members. You can also reach out to a bail bonding company. And the 10% then that you pay them is $5,000. They pay the $50,000 to the court, and that allows you to be released.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Poloski. All right, Fernando Roca and then Eliza Ramirez will be on deck. Good afternoon, sir. Could you please state your name and provide your date of birth?
It's Fernando Rocha, and
Thank you, Mr. Rocha. Mr. Rocha, you are here on a Superior Court probation violation warrant. This is for alleged violations of terms 1 and 10. Excuse me, it's not a warrant, it's just a Superior Court probation violation. So I've appointed you an attorney. You have a probation hearing August 6th, 8:30 a.m. at the downtown Phoenix Superior Courthouse. I'm setting bond in the amount of $5,000. That is a secured appearance bond, meaning you can pay that directly or work with a bail bonding company. They generally require 10% plus collateral. 10% of $5,000 would be $500. So if you pay your bond, you'll be released. You're then promising to go to court on all of your court dates. You'll need to see pretrial services for supervision, and you will have an electronic ankle monitor installed. Oh, just a moment. No, because this is probation, I can't do those. So it's just the $5,000. It's not the ankle monitor for the supervision. You also have the standard conditions and restrictions of release. In addition, you're not to initiate contact with any alleged victims, complainants, or witnesses, or have any physical contact with any alleged victims. You're also not to possess any weapons or not to possess or consume any alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release.
I don't have the money for the bail, so there's...
Okay. So if you don't, then when you see the probation judge on August 6th, the judge can determine whether to reinstate your probation. Thank you, Mr. Rocha. Eliza Ramirez and then Michael Mays will be on deck. Good afternoon, ma'am. Could you please state your name and provide your date of birth?
Eliza Ramirez, 11.
Thank you, Mr. Ramirez. Mr. Ramirez, you are here on a Superior Court grand jury warrant. You're charged with 1 count of assault, inciting or participating in a riot, a Class 2 felony, 1 count of criminal damage, a Class 4 felony. I've appointed you an attorney. You have an arraignment hearing August 6th, 8:30 a.m. at the downtown Phoenix Superior Courthouse. Mr. Ramirez, I am affirming the bond in the amount of $15,000. However, don't pay that bond. You are currently in DOC custody. Payment of the bond will not secure your release. Mr. Ramirez, do you have any questions?
No.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Michael Mays and then Ralph Andaverde will be on deck. All right, good afternoon, sir. Could you please state your name and provide your date of birth?
Michael Mays, 5.
Thank you, Mr. Mays. Mr. Mays, you are here on a Superior Court failure to appear warrant. You have a status conference August 5th, 8:31 a.m., preliminary hearing August 8th, 8:31 a.m. at the downtown Phoenix Superior Courthouse. Sir, this is failure to appear for sentencing. I'm affirming the bond. It is a cash-only bond in the amount of $1,000. If you pay that bond, you'll be released, and then you're promising to go to court on all of your court dates. You're promising to comply with the standard conditions and restrictions of release, plus you must submit to fingerprinting at the arresting police department. Mr. Mays, do you have any questions?
Yes, I just wanted you to take into consideration that I did get released on these charges to pretrial services, but I never got released. Another county came and got me, and I just got back from that county today. So I didn't run from these charges or anything like that. I didn't miss my court case because I didn't show up. It was because I was in custody still. I never got released from custody.
Okay. So you were in custody.
I've been in custody all this time.
Since you were first seen in this case, you were in custody.
Yes.
You were taken to Cochise County Jail.
And I just came back
And
today.
you just came back, and that's why you missed.
Yes.
Okay.
So I wanted you to take that in consideration because I would like to go home.
No, I will take that into consideration. Here's what I'll do, Mr. Mays. Okay. What I'll do, Mr. Mays, is I'll set what's called an unsecured bond. What that means is you don't have to pay anything. You will be released today about 4 hours to 6 hours from now. Because you're being released, you're promising to go to court on all your court dates. The court dates are going to be August 14th, 8:31 a.m. and August 16th, 8:31 a.m. So the bond is only due if you don't go to court.
Okay.
If you go to court on the 14th, that $1,000 bond will be wiped out. You don't have to pay a penny of it.
Okay.
Okay? So if I do this, Mr. Mays, will you promise to go to court on your court dates?
Yes.
All right. I take you at your word. Same conditions and restrictions of release as I stated earlier. Again, the court dates, August 14th, that's that first court date. Make sure you're there. They'll tell you when the next court date will be. At this point, it's scheduled for the 16th. They may give you a different one when you go on the 14th.
Okay.
Okay? Do you have any questions, sir?
No, just thank you for listening to me.
No, you're welcome, Mr. Mays. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.